everybody. Just a quick update for you. The Roundtable Gentlemen is now brought to you by Audible.com.
Go to audibletrial.com/roundtable for your 30-day free trial.
Hell yeah, let's kick this pig, you fuckers!
The Roundtable.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will.
It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the
Well, what's the topic of discussion?
civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
Good to go?
Good to go.
All right, who's praying? Jackie, I think you're praying.
I'm not praying.
All right, well, that's good.
I'm just getting the mood ready for it.
All right.
Can't possibly be my turn yet.
Are you praying, Marcus?
Maybe. Here's to pigs.
All right, amen. Welcome to the Roundtable of Gentlemen, everybody. It's a small crowd today. It's a small group of people, but that's okay. We have big energy.
That's right. We got British Lou. Hello, me chappie's speaking on me.
Oh my
and we've got
God.
Spanish Frank. Oh, it's sombrero too big for my head.
Oh, I love Spanish
He's got
Frank.
such a small head.
I know, it's a regular size sombrero.
You can't get it to stay on his head.
It's so big, I get lost in it.
Oh, man.
Look at him, he's swimming in the head.
Oh, I just pissed my sombrero.
Oh, he's
Well,
pissing in the sombrero.
now it's getting racist. That's all right. Okay, Jackie, you're here.
Because he's a drunk, is that why it's racist?
I don't think that he's clarified that he was drunk.
I
hope
beat
that
my
he's drunk.
wife. I too lazy for work.
Yeah, that's racist.
That's so
It's actually very inaccurate, too. They tend to do most of the farming.
Spanish
I don't know.
Joe.
They're technically in the house lazy. I'm sorry.
I thought it was
Jackie,
Spanish
I'm
Frank. Spanish Frank?
I'm
Spanish.
lazy, but I'm also a hard worker.
That's an impossible thing to be. All right, Jackie, you're here. Thanks for coming.
I'm here. Thank you for having me today.
No problem. Holden, you're here. Very good.
Holdenators, ho! Welcome back, all me naties. That's for my British naters out there. Oh, me naties. Everybody out there, we're getting together this week. We're having a fucking get naked. So come on out, take your clothes off, bring your best girl, send her my way, please.
That's
because
great.
my lady's out of town, and I am playing video games.
That's awesome,
Hell,
dude.
and give a big shout out to one of your biggest one of your biggest naders, one of your biggest British naders, Callum Hutchings.
Callum Hutchings, shout out to you, and a toodaloo, tip of the tea in the morning.
Wow, very nice and
I wish
British.
Spanish Frank would come back.
I know, I loved when Spanish Frank.
They all have bad teeth. Oh, el titties son baddies.
Wow, that accent is really derailed. That is off the map.
Oh, I just shitted my sombrero too. Now it's filled with piece and sheet.
So you pissed and you took a dump in your sombrero.
Oh, so fun.
Okay. All right, Mike Coscarelli is here as well. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, I think we can just jump right into a news story, Marcus. Should we do it?
We should.
Let's do it.
Bare bones we got going on.
I know.
Super bare bones. But you know what? We're going to do it.
Talking about bare bones,
gonna
my
do it?
cock is out and it's erect.
That's a beaut.
Except it's hairy bones.
They call it Little Bigfoot.
I've heard that. I've heard ladies describe your penis as a little Bigfoot.
Because they didn't even think it was existent.
Oh, shit, you can't take pictures of it, and trust me, Holden has tried. It's all blurry and shit.
Can you please shave the tip of your penis so that I can suck on it?
It's just you know when you're sucking a guy's dick and you get all the teeth stuck.
Yeah,
in,
but it
the
like
hair stuck
flosses
in your
teeth for you.
Yeah,
I've really well actually yeah I guess I've gone down on some hairy females in the past and I've next day pulled a pube out me nose.
Oh, boy.
I love
which
it,
was
dude.
really disgusting. I think it was one of the grossest post-sex moments of my life because it was all covered in my bug.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, that'll happen.
Yeah.
I love it though. It's fun to get that in the back of your throat there, like a popcorn kernel. Little pubic hair popcorn
He likes
kernel.
popcorn kernels. Stuck in their teeth. You
I love that.
compared it to another annoying thing.
No, that's what I only eat popcorn hoping that a kernel will get stuck back there. It's my favorite thing to do.
It's like to act like a cat.
Yeah, it's great. People don't look at the fun thing, the fun side of popcorn. Yeah, getting that old kernel stuck in the back of your throat there. All right, Marcus, let's do a news story.
An exotic animal owner who made headlines last summer when one of his bears mauled a woman to death has died after apparently choking on a sex toy.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Sam Mazzola, 49, was found dead in his Columbia Station home on Sunday, face down on a waterbed. He was bound to the bed with handcuffs, chains, and padlocks. Mazzola had a sex toy in his throat, which apparently obstructed his breathing. He was also wearing a leather mask with the eyes and mouth zipped shut and a two-piece metal sphere covering his head.
Wow.
And an empty wallet, for sure.
Yeah, no shit. So someone murdered this guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, apparently, according to the story they were given, he had done all of this by request. There was an assistant, but it is under investigation. It appeared that Mazzola died from an accident during sexual role play.
Is it possible to not be into BDSM if you have a waterbed in 2015? I feel like if you have a waterbed, you are definitely a gimp. There's no way around it.
I had a waterbed.
Well, okay.
That makes sense.
That explains a lot of things. You're wearing Charles Manson on your shirt.
What does a metal sphere mean? So it's like there's a hole around the neck, right? But does it like clamp down around you?
Any holes?
Then why have the gimp mask and the metal sphere?
And also, he was choking on the sex toy, so you gotta think, okay, gimp mask first,
right?
Then sex toy, then metal sphere.
But maybe they put sex toy, then gimp mask, then metal sphere, and that's why he died.
Yeah.
I think maybe he just wanted to get dressed up like the Spider-Man villain Mysterio.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what that would look like. Was he wearing a purple cape?
Yeah.
Did they say what was the sex toy? Do we know?
We do not know what the sex toy is.
It was dick shaped.
We're gonna assume
Assume.
Maybe
or gerbil shaped.
Or gerbil shaped.
Yeah.
Right.
A plastic gerbil is prone for these sorts of
Because
things.
that would be smaller and it would have the girth.
Right.
You can definitely suffocate
And if
on
you
that.
squeeze on it, it goes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man,
Maybe a butt plug type situation as well. That's possible.
What are we looking at, Marcus? What do we see in there?
I'm seeing the details of the story. It says that a teenage coworker found his body because apparently,
Why was a teenage coworker going into this?
well, apparently the assistant, whoever had assisted him with the sexual deviancy, had left the room. In fact, left the residence completely, leaving the man behind to choke on the toy. This teenage coworker came to check on Mazzola and found Mazzola dead.
He came to check because he had a hunch.
Yeah. Mazzola. I feel like, just flashes of Mazzola choking on a dildo flash through his brain. He's like, I gotta go see Mazzola.
What if it was one of his bears that was the assistant? What if
never
he
know.
had trained one of the bears how to do it? Bear realized how to kill him without getting caught like the last fucking bear. I'm just saying.
They gotta do some detective work, go look at all the bears and see if they have that sad animal guilt. Animals, when the animals are guilty, look right in their eyes and they'll tell you.
They'll tell you.
Wow, this guy definitely has a checkered past. Apparently, the bear that mauled a woman last year, mauled her to death, by the way.
Wow.
This man apparently kept a menagerie of wolves, tigers, and bears on his property southwest of Cleveland.
Jesus.
I love the word menagerie. I love it so much.
And the bear was euthanized, by the way. But this guy, he drew criticism from animal rights activists because he would let people wrestle with one of the bears.
Awesome.
They could pay to wrestle with the bears.
Yeah, why else do you have bears if you don't let people wrestle with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
What's the
Pet them?
Right.
No, you're going to put a gimp mask on them and do whatever you please.
That's right.
That's why you had the padlocks.
I mean, what kind of childhood are we talking about here that led to this man? I mean, like, what are we saying here? He was locked in the basement, clearly. Probably.
Maybe locked in the basement with a Teddy Ruxpin that just with a Barney tape on repeat inside of it and just fucking went slowly insane. Definitely came
That doesn't
all
sound
over
like
it.
he was outdoorsy at all. Not a very outdoorsy guy.
I mean, at least
Maybe
we
it
know.
was like a bear cave, and they just kept sucking him off, but beating him at the same time. I mean, I guess if you're gonna fuck a bear, it's gonna beat your ass.
Oh, definitely. For the most part. I mean, I guess the waterbed is good, so we know he wasn't cuddling with these animals, throughout the night. I feel like it's a safe haven for him, the waterbed. You can't have any creatures on there whatsoever. They'll poke right through it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very
true.
dangerous.
Sometimes even humans are too much.
My friend Pete had a waterbed when I was growing up, and I would sleep over at his house in high school because he had 2 waterbeds, and very uncomfortable, and I wet myself once.
Just too close to the slooshiness. Just got
you do it, and then but the thing is, when you wet yourself on a waterbed, you're just making more bed. So it's kind of fun. It's a little bit like it's a little construction project I had, but he wasn't happy.
Oh man, I had sex on that waterbed once.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask.
Yeah,
how
it's
that,
really fun. You can cut.
You can.
It is hijinks. It's definitely hijinks, but it's good hijinks because you can use the motion of the bed with your hands, to make the woman loll up and down.
Yeah, like a corpse.
Yeah.
So you don't have to move at all. You just slam on the bed with your hands.
That's great.
You don't even have to touch the woman. Technically, it's great.
Pat it. Just pat the bed.
Yeah.
I hate
way to spice up a
waterbeds.
marriage too, don't you think? Put a
waterbed
in the bedroom.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you put it on the ceiling. That's what it's real into.
So you have sex on a mirror, and then you look at
the waterbed.
Cool. That's great. So the guy died, and any charges being brought against the person who helped him, I guess, reach orgasm?
It's under investigation right now, but they are saying that's accidental. They're initially ruling it as accidental, but there is an investigation going on.
They gotta put this dildo on the stand. I want to know what this dildo saw last.
Help magic?
Me! Get me out of here!
Dildo, where were you on the evening of whatever the hell this date was?
14 butts in a throat and a bear.
Yikes. One bear just walking around with a bloody ass.
I'm the bear what took that dildo, and I'm wearing glasses and I'm wearing a full suit, and I would like a little bit of respect for that.
Sounds like it comes out of To Kill a Mockingbird.
The dildo did it. Oh, man.
You know, I'm also interested in this story from last year about the bear that this guy owned that mauled to death one of his caretakers. The bear attacked Brent Kandra, 24, when he opened its cage Thursday for a routine feeding. Kandra's father, John, said he and his ex-wife, Deirdre Herbert, needed the bear to die.
Whoa.
Because after the bear killed the assistant, this guy said that whether the bear would be euthanized or not was up to the family. They said the bear needed to die, and they also said that their son felt shortchanged by Mazzola when payday came around.
Mazzola's not paying, you know?
Yeah, Kandra's father said, it just seemed like Sam kind of took advantage of my son. I told him a couple times, I really wish you wouldn't work for him.
Well, I mean, in his defense, he's got a lot of shit to buy. The chains,
right?
The dildos.
That's not
and
cheap.
the boots and the wolves!
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus.
It's the wolves I'm most interested in. He's having all these problems with the bears, but the wolves are going to be the problem next.
Yeah.
And you can't keep a wolf down.
Tigers!
You can't. Love it, man. Menagerie.
Menagerie. Kinky guy. Well, at least I guess he died doing what he loved.
The picture of him in the article is like him laying without a shirt on a bed of grass.
Oh man.
No. This is the guy that was killed.
Oh, okay.
No,
well, that's why he was killed. He's enticing. He's enticing the bear.
Seducing me. He's staring at me.
Such a sensual man.
Beautiful.
You figure a man that poses like that would die with a dildo in his mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
Has to.
Got to. Just
I'm gonna see if I can.
Cola.
I'm going to see if I can find a picture of this Sam Mazzola fella.
We got to find this dude, man.
He's a fatty. He's fatty with the big neck.
Oh, look at him.
Fatty with a big neck.
This is the guy who died, huh?
He's a fatty with a big neck.
You know what?
He's a very fat man.
No wonder he had padlocks again. It takes a lot to keep that man down, hence the gimp mask, hence the metal spear, because he would just bite right through it.
You know, it's guys like him need to exist, though, just so Rosie O'Donnell and Dan Aykroyd can receive praise for Exit to Eden. You know, because that movie gets no credit. Everybody hates it, but this dude loved that feature film. And he probably looks similar to Rosie O'Donnell, all dressed up in his gimp wear.
He looks like a super fat Billy Joel.
He is a massive dude.
Yeah, it's the sad eyes.
Yeah.
With all those wolves, though, I wouldn't have sad eyes.
Before 50 Shades of Grey captured America, Exit to Eden was the hottest movie ever, right?
What about The Secretary?
Oh, yeah.
Secretary was really good. I threw it on last week.
It's still, man, it gets my goat.
Me juices flowing, as British Todd would say. I think that's the name I gave to
come
him.
on, Frank.
I had a.
What is Frank?
You know, I got too many nachos. I put too many nachos on my balls.
All right.
Oh, my fucking balls are covered in fucking salsa, man.
Put some queso on it.
Oh, queso on it. Put the queso on it.
All right. Well, Mexicans work very hard in this country, and I think we need to reform. Okay. Well,
It makes me so happy.
Too much Tijuana grass. Eh?
all right.
Tijuana grass?
I assume marijuana. Is that no? To all of our Mexican listeners, thank you.
Thank you.
For making America great.
Tequila.
Well, I found more on this story because apparently this story is from 2011. Well,
okay, it's a bit dated.
It's
sure.
a bit dated, but you know what?
So
if I didn't know about it, then nobody knew about it.
A great story is a great story.
That's right. This is
Here.
Evergreen. And apparently the boy that found him was the same teen that tied him to the bed because
he killed him!
It said that Mazzola asked the teen to shackle him to the bed because he anticipated another man with whom he had a relationship would be coming to his compound later that
Ask
night.
a teenager to do it?
Yeah, he asked his teenager, he asked the kid that he replaced, the guy who got mauled by the bear. This is the kid that replaced that guy, and he asked him to tie him up in this big, I guess, what do you call it, a hullabaloo. So the guy...
Matrix?
Yeah, the Matrix. Yeah,
Spider's
so
web.
Yeah, Spider's web. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So the guy that he was seeing would find him there that night is a sort of surprise.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Okay,
I take
great
it
story.
back.
I mean, you have to time it out much better. Obviously, the guy,
God, and he choked while he was waiting for the guy to come.
And apparently, and you know what? I think you can put the blame on the boyfriend because it said that
was
Mazzola died between 1 and 2 a.m.
Oh my God, he was lame. You can't trust a man.
You can't not to be on time.
Can't.
This kid, so the guy got murdered, and then this Mazzola guy just put an ad in the paper, help wanted, and then the kid showed up the next day,
Teenager, 17 years old.
and then I wonder, did he ask so what happened to the other guy?
Nah, you don't want to.
You don't want to know. That's
left.
terrible.
I
Yeah.
think I would have quit if my employer asked me to do this. It's like, all right,
Shackle
I'll
him
feed
to
the
the bed?
wolves, I'll feed the tigers, but I'm not shackling you to a fucking bed,
No.
man.
Some people really will just take all sorts of shit to make it,
Yeah.
Just to
Yes.
make it.
Just to hang out with a tiger,
Yeah.
maybe.
The economy's rough. It's tough to have a job. You got a gig like
17.
this. You got to hold on to it.
Well, this guy, he was in the process of because he came under a lot of fire for the whole bear wrestling thing.
Yes.
So he was in the process of getting rid of all of his tigers and whatnot. So all he had left were a few wolves and bears.
That's
Where have you gone wrong? Where have you gone wrong in life if you at some point have to be like, how am I going to get rid of all these tigers? What am I going to do with all the bears? That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, and the guy that was killed by the bear, he had 600 wounds on his body.
Holy Christ.
Yeah.
What did he do to the bear, though? I'm so pro bear, it's ridiculous.
Yeah?
I love bears.
Especially
are
bear
great.
in a cage. Are you fucking
Totally.
kidding me? Honestly, no, bear anywhere. I'm
Love
pro
bear.
bear too. I'm pro bear too.
Absolutely.
Aw.
If you get killed by a bear, there's a good chance that you did something
You-
wrong
Yeah,
to
you
that bear.
screwed up.
Yeah,
totally.
your fault.
Oh, man, the name of this bear, Iroquois.
Iroquois.
That's a great name for a bear.
All right, well,
I guess
he's
so.
not a fucking Native American. I don't think you should
Yeah.
be naming all the animals. You're putting them in cages, taking all these animals. It's like,
Yeah.
well, if I give them names of the earth, then it makes it okay.
Iroquois.
Yeah, if I had a bear, I'd name him Ernie.
Yeah.
Ernie,
Oh my
the
God,
Ernie's
that's
a great name for a bear.
That's a great name for a bear.
I like Iroquois.
Ernie, stop taking a dump on the porch.
Ernie, put your diaper back on.
Ernie, wear the little hat like I told you.
Ernie, put these entrails back in me.
Okay. Ernie will listen. Iroquois, you're killing me, Iroquois. Of course, because you named me like a hipster in Park Slope. That's the worst name I've ever heard for a bear.
What's the best name besides
Ernie!
Ernie is pretty good.
Ernie, Bernie, anything that ends with an Eenie type thing. That's cute
But
for a
not-
bear.
Yeah, that's if
Eenie.
you want a cute bear, though. Maybe he wanted this bear to be a killer.
Yeah.
So we named him
Hawkeye.
Iroquois or whatever.
Yeah, but
Ooh,
then you name
Hawkeye's
him
cool.
Fucker or
Oh, that's good.
Big Dumps.
Big dumps.
They
Big
all have
dumps
big
for the bear.
dumps.
Oh, they have huge dumps.
Giant
They're
dumps.
bears, you know.
I had some bear
Big
dumps this past weekend, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you were eating unhealthy?
Oh my God, so unhealthy. Petey's Burgers, shout out to Petey's Burgers in Astoria. Feed me every day. Every day, baby.
Man,
Big
though, if
sloppy
Petey
burger.
was a bear serving those burgers, I'm in.
What are we doing here? What are we talking about? A chain restaurant with only bears as the clerks and the cooks.
It's great. Put a fucking little paper hat on them.
Every single Hooters.
Gold mine.
Yep. Every Hooters should be replaced with a Petey's Bear restaurant. I'm totally down with that shit, dude.
Wow, this guy, he had a whole slew of charges coming up against him. He faced the possibility of serving time in federal prison if he was determined to have violated the conditions of his probation on charges he illegally transported bears for public display and illegally sold skunks in 2007.
Oh, not the skunks.
Who's buying?
Is this
I'm
the
sorry,
same guy?
but is he just filling? He's filling a vacuum. He's filling a void here in the marketplace.
He's definitely filling a need. I mean, the black
fuck
market animal market is huge.
But who's buying a skunk? What do you use a
We
skunk
talked
for?
about that too. Wasn't it skunks that they were selling in like Canada because China uses it for something?
I don't. What the fuck is?
No, that's a Pepe Le Pew episode.
Is that what I'm thinking? Oh, you're right.
The
And
one
they're
where
French.
he gets painted accidentally on his back.
Oh
and
my
then-
God! It's
or
like,
the
is
girl
he a
does,
skunk?
and then-
Yeah, the girl
The
does.
girl does.
Was she a cat?
Yes.
He was a cat, and he was a
cat.
skunk, and he was also a rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a
we're
bit of a
French.
rapist.
He was, yeah.
Yes, Pepe Le Pew does not exactly hold up to modern day scrutiny of sexual norms.
Well,
He's
I mean,
a rapist.
honestly, all of them were pretty rough. Speedy Gonzalez can't play that shit anymore.
Well, actually, they can, because what happened was they stopped showing Speedy Gonzalez episodes, and then the Mexican community got angry at them
because they love Speedy.
Yeah,
This is
started putting it back on.
I
That's
love
true.
that story. That was from the story from like 2011, 2010. All these white liberals, you know how
It
stupid
was like
they are.
Cartoon Network, right?
And and everyone's just like, you gotta pull it, it's racist. And then they didn't realize
Give me a
that
break.
Mexican people like to be represented in cartoons. And there's nothing wrong with the idea of somebody named Speedy Gonzalez.
It's
He's
like
just a really
always
fast
more
mouse.
clever and quick than the
Yeah.
bad guy. Like, well, what's
Well, if you're
I
going to
mean,
depict
yeah,
Mexicans in animation, you got to make them like slow and working in an
I
office.
think they
and-
Well,
still
that's his
make
cousin, though.
Slowpoke, I think they still have
Slowpoke.
pulled.
Do they?
Slowpoke is a little bit,
That's
you know.
funny. He's
I think,
drunk.
yes, he is.
And a rapist, too.
Remember,
Yeah.
he always like hiccup the like green bubbles.
Yeah, yep, I remember that.
They should have just called Looney Tunes the Rapists.
That's right. Hashtag ban Looney Tunes. I'm done with it.
The difference is, though, unlike Cosby, Pepe Le Pew, no allegations.
No
True.
allegations.
Zero
True.
allegations.
That's a good point.
They always got away. I mean,
Yeah,
he'd grab
totally.
him, he'd kiss on him, but, you know, there was no insertion. There were no
God,
drugs
can you
involved.
imagine?
He was like
That
the
must
worst
be fun.
rapist.
He was
Yeah,
a bad
was a
rapist.
terrible rapist.
You know?
Yep, you can't say Bill Cosby has excelled at every single thing he has attempted to do,
Yeah.
including attempted rape. Bill Cosby's all right. Moving on.
Well, we're touching on the current hard point that everybody's talking about today.
Oh yeah, Bill Cosby. He's trending now, so that's big. I don't know.
Next story?
Yeah,
Bill Cosby, we're like Bill Frosby, am I right?
I agree with that 100%.
I don't agree with that one.
God, more like Bill fucking you didn't do everything right that you should
Where's
have acted
Ernie? I'd rather talk
different.
about Ernie.
She changed the Animaniacs name to the Dirty Rapists.
Filthy.
The Looney Tunes are the rapists, and then the Animaniacs are the dirty rapists.
Yeah.
What about
Fair
the Tiny
enough.
Tunes?
Oh, don't even get me
Professional woman huggers.
Oh, that's the worst.
Tiny Toons should be called.
That's the worst.
And Muppet Babies should be called the fucking molesties.
lickers.
Oh, molesties. I
Oh,
love
maybe
that.
I'm a last you.
All right, Marcus.
Marcus, let's bring it back to where we're not being bad.
Here we go.
Louie, a life-size ceramic amusement park clown that disappeared from the now-defunct Joyland Park in Wichita, Kansas almost a decade ago, has been found at the home of a sex offender who once worked at the amusement center. Louie, decked out in his colorful garb, was reintroduced to the public at a briefing at the Wichita Police Department. Sporting bright red, smiling lips and bright blue eyebrows and cheeks, Louie was propped up in a chair by the podium, his hands planted firmly on the table.
Okay, we're talking about an inanimate object, right? Why are they describing it like it's real, like it has a soul?
Reintroduced because they missed him.
I think they really like this clown.
They missed the clown.
Oh yeah, Wichita Police Department Detective Matt Lang, who recalled seeing Louie as a child, told reporters that a phone tip led to the discovery of the 50-year-old clown. Louie's disappearance had almost turned into an urban legend over the the years. As locals speculated as to his whereabouts, for years the populated animated clown could be found at Joyland, perched in front of a Wurlitzer organ, swaying back and forth with the music. Greg Kite, president of the Historic Preservation Alliance of Wichita and Sedgwick County, said he was intriguing, a little scary looking at his face, and hands moving and tantalizing. You always had the opposing feelings of excitement and a little fear. Joyland closed in 2004. Louie, valued by police at around $10,000.
Wow. In Wichita money, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah. He was recovered on Tuesday by police searching a residence in central Wichita belonging to Damian Mays, a former park employee who built and renovated organs. Mays, 39, is serving a prison sentence on a 2010 conviction in Harvey County for aggravated indecent liberties with a child and aggravated criminal sodomy.
Right.
So he's a pedophile.
Right.
Facebook postings apparently made inadvertently by May's sister helped lead police to May's residence and therefore Louie the Clown.
So the cops are like Tommy Lee Jones in No Country for Old Men. They're just trying to Tommy Lee Jones was in No Country, right?
Yeah.
And he was trying to catch that dude, Harvey R. Bardem.
Yeah.
And so the officers are like that in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Javier Bardem was like, time is a flat circle.
Javier Bardem. Who's going to win the Oscar this year for No Country for Old Men?
Oh, it's me. There will be blood at the Oscars.
Spanish Frank, what are you doing at the Oscars this year?
Oh, make a pee-pee in tequila bottle.
Okay, well, again, that's...
Go to the bathroom.
Oh, my speech. I'd like to thank Sombrero.
All right. Well, there's more to the Mexican people than just the tops.
A rich culture. A very rich culture.
I should go someday.
Yeah, you would fit right in.
I should really find out what they do down there, because my thing is like they do three things. They wear sombreros that are too big for their heads. Yeah. They drink too much, and they don't work a lot as barbacks.
Check.
I don't know. In Mexico, I'm not sure if they do work as bar. I think white gringos work as the barbacks in Mexico. Cultural differences.
I'm not sure that's true.
It is
I doubt that's true. Yeah.
Yep.
We are not allowed in that country.
That's right. So these cops finally cracked this 20-year-old case.
They
in
finally
Wichita.
cracked the
This is a boring place to be an officer. In Ohio, the neighboring state, there's people with bears and coyotes and, choking on dildos, and then these cops have to deal with nothing but a stolen car.
I don't know, man. Wichita, Kansas, it's all been downhill since BTK.
That's right. And those cops were terrible. The Hot Dog Squad.
Yeah.
That was where Detective Popcorn was born.
Originated, one might say.
Which one do you think is creepier? The guy who stole the clown or the guy who has the bears and died with the dildo in his mouth? Gotta be the clown, right?
Well, the guy who stole the clown is a pedophile, so he's creepier.
He's creepier. Definitely.
The other guy didn't really do anything extremely wrong except for, plant the seeds for a bear to eat a person.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. He was, it was all consenting adults worked out in that situation.
Late consenting adults who said they were going to be there at 1:05 and didn't show up until 2:30, and that was a bit past.
Yeah, here's the clown here.
Creepy clown.
This is the clown.
God.
That's,
but of course a pedophile has a creepy clown. Oh, and it's animatronics.
Yeah.
It does that?
Yeah, it's animatronic. And the guy, the pedophile, was the guy who maintained and built the organs at Joyland Amusement Park.
The organs is in an organ machine, like what an old Catholic church has.
Yeah, like a Wurlitzer.
I'm loving it. You just fucking hummed the McDonald's theme song, and I immediately knew marketing. I immediately knew to say I'm loving it, and I didn't want to say I'm loving it, but my brain was like, "Oh, this is where you say I'm loving it."
I didn't want to do the song. I just started humming a tune, and that was the first one that happened.
Oh my God! Owned by McDonald's.
Did not everybody think I'm loving it as soon as he did that?
Nah, I'm a Burger King boy.
God damn it!
I'm a Burger King boy. I'm a Burger King boy.
Mr. McNeely, once again, we will not be accepting your theme song for our commercial campaign.
I want onions on it and tomatoes. I'm a Burger King boy.
We're just going to go with a different theme this season.
French fries taste like Dookies, too.
Yeah, well, that's not what we want people to associate our French fries with, so...
Needs more salt.
That's actually good.
I always have to put salt on the fries at Burger King.
Do you really?
Unnecessary.
You're not extra salt your fucking Burger King fries, right?
Absolutely. They don't have enough salt.
They do.
McDonald's always has enough salt.
They're the worst of the fries, for sure. They're the worst.
What?
Yeah, Burger King, they're not salty enough.
I like Burger King for the big-ass Whopper, motherfucker.
Whopper.
Slathered in mayonnaise.
I'm a fan of the chicken sandwich. The long one?
Good. Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
You know, the onion ring sauce is the jam.
Lick it up.
Come on down to Burger King. Every Fridays and Saturdays, we've got naked girls there.
Oh my
No,
God,
that's not
Marcus
true.
is owned by McDonald's. Let's talk about
I'm
this.
owned by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Yeah. I had a coach in high school, Coach Kaka, and he was about 450 pounds. They were all fat, all my coaches, and he would get Whopper Wednesday, 3 Whoppers and a Diet Coke.
Whoa.
And all he would do was slam Diet Coke, and I was like, it is not working, dude. You are morbidly obese. You got to stop with the Whoppers.
3 Whoppers.
3 fucking Whoppers.
Wow.
Well, you
dude.
know what, though? That's a lot of protein. If you're working out.
But he wasn't working out. He was sitting.
Maybe he was a power lifter. That's why he was fat.
Maybe.
You know?
In senior year of high school, we got to leave campus for lunch, and I finally got the girl that I had the biggest crush on to go with me to Wendys for lunch, and I ordered the wrong number. I ordered a number 3 when that's the right number at McDonald's, but the wrong number at Wendys. It ended up being like a giant triple patty gross hamburger.
Yeah.
So I'm on this date. I'm trying to like be with it. Like I'm trying to connect with this girl.
The fact that you call it a date is just
My
really
hand
sad.
Well, it was like a little, whatever. I'm just covered in mayo and ketchup. And the burger's just disgusting. And she's just laughing at me the whole time. It's a memory. I'll always remember that moment.
And honestly, Holden, you eat disgusting.
Oh my God! So can you imagine me getting the wrong thing? It was giant and just covered in sauces and shit. And it was she was like gonna throw up. It was the
Did
worst
you kiss
day.
her?
No, never. Of course not. I never touched her. Actually, I did end up kissing her years and years later in New York when she fell in love with me.
Sounds like a lie.
Yep.
Everybody.
Well, we have
sounds like a lie.
No, it happened.
Big
maybe.
lie.
Yep.
It might have happened though.
Oh yeah, I'm looking. I want that guy who I thought might be successful in high school, but now that I know he's not, I want him now.
Ooh, maybe he'll put some mayonnaise on his lips.
Yeah, I want that guy with all the mayo all over his fingers.
It was so gross. She was just
Slapping
laughing at me, just laughing and laughing at me, just trying to deal with
But
this
what
burger.
meal-
It's the kind of burger that you pick it up and it
Right.
immediately falls apart in your hands because it's so goddamn
Honestly,
soggy.
right now it sounds pretty great.
I mean, I think it's a great meal to eat alone.
It's like alone.
What meal were you intending to get that you thought was going to be super romantic?
Just the single patty burger.
Oh, just a single patty.
Yeah, and keep it real clean and nice.
Yeah, but it's obviously a number 1. Why would it be number 3?
Because the numbers are different from
What's the
McDonald's
number
to
three?
You gotta look. There's a
No.
picture.
The
Holden.
number 3 was like the quarter pounder at McDonald's, but the number 1 was the quarter pounder. And I'd just been eating at McDonald's so much. I used to eat at McDonald's like every other day.
Did you walk in there with a blind walking stick with your eyes closed and just start
I
shouting
was
the number
nervous.
3?
I was on the date. I was like,
It
give me
was
number
lunch.
1. I'm trying to pay
She just
attention to her
happened to
needs.
say yes to go to lunch because she was alone.
Trying to find her needs. She did not want to be there with me. I had to keep reminding her and shit. I was like, remember Fridays, our little day to go.
Oh my God. I vomited a little bit inside of my mouth.
And then
Friday.
she would turn
But
to all of her girlfriends and be like, you gotta get me out of this, please. You have to.
No. Last time you said it was cancer, and everybody knows that was a lie. So you can't get out of it.
You can only die in a car accident twice, so you're not going to fool me again.
We're still good for that Wendys date this weekend.
Oh my
right?
God, Holden, this poor woman. High school is the worst thing of all time, and I just transported it into her brain. Monday, Holden was like, hey, you want to go out on Friday? Let's go to Wendy's. And then she's like, yeah, whatever, yeah. And then Tuesday, can't wait for our date on Friday.
Oh my God, he's never gonna
Wendy's.
forget it.
Well, I used to walk up to her at the end of the school day when everyone was packing up in the lockers and be like, so you gonna call me tonight? And she'd be like, oh, I'm really busy, I got a lot going on. Then I'd just start slamming my head against the locker and going, you gonna call me tonight? You gonna call me tonight? And everybody would stop and stare, and she's like, just stop it, fine, I'll call you.
Yeah. Oh,
And you're like, all right.
Catch you on the fucking later, dater.
Yep.
She committed suicide 2 weeks later.
Oh my God. Good Christ. Oh, high school is brutal, man.
It was a nightmare. I remember, and middle school was worse when I took the girl that clearly was not into me to go see Nell. And I put my arm around her. I tried to put my arm around her, and she leaned forward.
Ouch.
It was so, and it was like when you're already watching a fucking piece of garbage movie.
No.
Like it's back when you would go to movies just to
So you
get
were
out of the house.
So you were
Right?
11?
Maybe, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
You went to
94.
Nell at 11?
Tried to put my arm around her, and she leaned forward.
Yeah, because she wanted to go watch fucking Rugrats or something. You were 11.
Oh, it was terrible.
Rats.
I don't know what
so
11-year-olds like
Hey,
or
but you were
what movies
dating
were
at
out
11,
then.
though. That's pretty impressive.
It wasn't a date.
Did she know exactly?
Well, then, sorry,
No, he didn't take her to Wendy's. It wasn't official.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right. So this guy, he stole a clown and he's a pedophile. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep, that's about it. Let's move on to our next story. Would you
there's
anything about the
nothing.
clown?
You got Jackie's
No.
Corner.
I just imagine it's like, think of all the possibilities of what a pedophile could do with that clown. I'm not talking Gacy, which is like he was the real deal clown.
yeah.
But I'm saying like you got to use that as like a puppet. Like at least put your hands inside of it and grope at girls, or put it back in front of the piano thing and put a bunch of cameras inside of it, little like upskirt things.
Sure.
Why don't you just lace all of Joyland? There's so many ways to get fucking hot young chicks if you're working at Joyland.
It is still Kansas, though.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
Kansas, and I think that he wanted.
Does that mean he's
boys.
not smart, or is
No,
that
hot girls.
hot
Wichita.
girls? Well,
For
I'm
some
talking about
reason-
11-year-olds.
I feel like we're
good
talking
point.
about boys here. I think he wanted to molest the boys.
Molest on the
I feel like that's the
list.
case. But I immediately feel, as soon as I hear pedophile, I always think the man molested boys.
Although
I don't know
criminal
why.
sodomy is probably boys, right?
Gotta be.
No. Well, sodomy is also anal and oral. That's what sodomy is considered.
But criminal, what is that, like with a jackhammer? Or a normal hammer?
Yeah.
Or like a fork?
Jackie, sex doesn't have to actually involve a hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, but I like just threatening with it. It's like, come at me. Why don't
Right.
you fucking come at me?
Right. And
And I
then.
just force his head down my pants.
Poor Doug.
Holy
Poor
Christ.
boy.
he's just
The
always,
shell
he's
shock.
so excited to be at practice every week.
Yeah, he keeps bringing those.
Say it. fucking saying
Nothing.
that.
Keeps
Doug
bringing
loves
those
you.
songs in. We're like, I don't know, Doug. They're like, please don't hit me with that hammer. I'll have sex with you. Please don't hit me with that hammer.
I keep threatening to cut off his penis, and he said, like, do you guys know the what's
Lorena
the
Bobbitt?
Lorena Bobbitt
Lorena
song?
Bobbitt?
It's like when she's like, in the kitchen, the little kitchen, Lorena Bobbitt gets a knife, a wiener whack, a wiener whack, a wiener whack, a wiener.
I never heard this.
Parody song before.
Yeah, there's more to it, but I guess it was Doug's father's favorite song. And
That's
his
great.
mother was singing at him all the time, coming at him with a knife, and I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, Lorena Bobbitt's a hero in a lot of ways. The guy that she cut the dick off of was a total piece of shit. He tried to go on and do porn. He's a real schmuck, and he's just recently been arrested for domestic violence, I believe.
Yeah, John Wayne Bobbitt, terrible. Started a movie called Franken Kaka. I think.
Yeah, Frankenwiener or Frankendick or something.
Yeah,
Frankenwiener's
Frankenweenie.
about a dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a Tim Burton movie.
If you jack off to that, you're odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, aggravated sodomy is sodomy with a child who is under 14 years of age.
All right.
No, but is that same as criminal?
It's all okay. That's aggravated criminal sodomy. It's also causing a child under 14 years of age to engage in sodomy with any person or animal.
Interesting.
All right, so that's
Or
good
clown.
to know.
Let's just try to not do any of that.
Yeah, I feel like
We'll be all right.
I think I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'll be
yeah.
able to lie on my deathbed and say I've never done criminal sodomy.
And you don't regret it.
I love the idea of not doing it. I'm a big fan of not doing that.
Ooh, man, I'm looking in a Joyland amusement park.
I bet it's creepy as fuck.
Well, the park was founded by a man named Lester Ottaway with his sons Herbert and Harold.
Oh, Jesus. There is.
Some fucking bear names right there, boy.
Yeah.
Herbert the bear.
There's bones in the ice cream there for sure. Terrified. That place is awful.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, it's just pretty much an abandoned piece of shit now. It's been abandoned since 2004.
Cool. We got to do a last podcast mission there. We got to go check out a nice old
yeah.
abandoned amusement park.
We got fucking lights and fucking fireworks over there. Fucking amusement park.
I just imagine
can come, Holden.
the three of you guys with baseball bats just like swinging at things.
Yeah,
Prank called ladies at that fucking amusement park, fuckers.
Right?
Order a bunch of pizzas there and leave.
You sound like the idiot from Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, I was
You
thinking
do.
the same thing.
I love that
looked
dude.
like him for a second too.
I mean, every second of his life.
Rest in peace, that Mr. Whittles. He was the 30-year-old who OD'd this week, who wrote a lot of Eastbound and Down. I didn't hear about him before, and that was a very sad. So
very sad about that myself.
Love
Because one of my
Eastbound and Down.
favorite little podcasts was Analyze Fish.
And he was on it?
It was him trying to convince Scott Aukerman that fish is good.
Oh, really? I didn't know
band
that
Fish.
you knew. I didn't know that you were a fan of his.
Yes, I was. I got really sad about his heroin overdose this past week.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Getting real for a second.
Man,
Don't
Holden
heroin.
do not overdose on heroin.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking funny. Heroin's like doesn't make you funny, dude.
No.
You know,
No, Coke does, though.
At least do coke. I mean, it's like at least do something that's gonna make you more fun. I guess if you're fun all the time,
That's
like
the
us.
thing.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yep. Lay off the heroin, if possible. All right, everyone.
You can't avoid it.
I don't know. I mean, people.
Child
people are
sodomy.
addicted to
These
stuff.
are things that we must avoid, people.
I can't. People have addictions.
The
and
choice
things.
really is ours.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I've got a story that kind of has something to do a little bit with heroin. At the very least, it has to do with deadly drugs.
Cool.
A German former nurse who admitted to killing more than 30 patients by administering lethal injections so he could try to revive them, apologized to the families of his victims. The man, identified only as Niels H. under Germany's court reporting rules, has been on trial since September, accused of 3 murders and 2 attempted murders. The 38-year-old said he is honestly sorry and hoped the families would find peace if he was convicted. Following his arrest, Niels H. told police that he killed the patients because, quote, he was bored.
It's insane.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you're sorry? Don't sweat it.
Yeah, it's fine, dude.
Get it.
He said usually the decision to do it was relatively spontaneous.
He's a real improv. He's a real improv kind of guy.
It says the deaths occurred at the Delmenhorst Clinic, where he worked in the intensive care unit. A psychiatric expert last month said Niels H. had admitted to killing the patients by injecting them with an overdose of heart medication that lowers blood pressure. He also admitted to over-medicating another 90 patients, 30 of whom died. The man's plan was to trigger medical emergencies so he could demonstrate what he believed were excellent resuscitation skills.
Right.
He told the courtroom there was a tension there and an expectation of what would happen next. He said he felt thrilled when he managed to resuscitate a patient and devastated when he failed.
The
Man.
weird thing is, like, if you are choking or you're going through like some sort of stroke or something, this is the guy you want by you.
Oh, yeah.
He has a lot of experience resuscitating people who are going to become a corpse if he doesn't.
I don't know, man. His record is 1-3.
That's not
I
terrible.
mean, that's his ratio, 1-3.
He gave him a drug that was supposed to kill him.
Yeah.
He did beat the drug.
Yeah, but sometimes it's said that also every once in a while he would, if he was succeeded in reviving the patient, he'd do it a second time. to see if it
That's
worked.
a downfall, man. You can't do it a second time.
This is one of the creepiest things that happens all the time. There was the guy in the UK, Dr. Death, who murdered
Harold
what was
Shipman.
Yeah, Shipman.
Over 200.
And there was another guy, I watched it on the Discovery Channel. He just traveled all around America and killing these people because he felt like he was playing God and stuff. This is one of the creepiest things serial killers do. The hospital nurse serial killer is an intense, weird-ass kind of killer because he doesn't get like sexual satisfaction out
Although
of it.
I bet he's hard about almost getting caught, though, right?
Maybe.
I mean, you're in it. Like it's very easy, like with your name on the clipboard, that it, like you are attached to the person in the bed.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine he definitely gets some sort of sexual satisfaction. He claimed that each time a patient died from the overdose, he vowed to never do it again. Even if he didn't get sexual satisfaction, I guarantee he got chubbed.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
he got, but he's also
Ew,
treating it the exact
gotcha.
same way I treat ordering Domino's Pizza. I'm always just like, I'm never going to do it again, so I better get 4 pizzas now. And then the next day, I do it the same goddamn thing.
Yeah, man.
I will murder some Domino's Pizza.
Did you do it this weekend?
Yeah. I do it every weekend. I can't get enough of Domino's Pizza. And it's so sad. Brooklyn has the best pizza in the entire world,
know, and you
minus
keep get-
Italy.
Oh
And,
man, Papa John's just started advertising that bacon cheeseburger
God,
pizza.
dude, and fucking Little Caesars
You
has
guys.
a bacon
wrap.
wrap.
yeah. You can't even.
I'm loving it.
It's awful.
It's my favorite,
If
dude.
they were paying us
Come
to say
on
these
out
things, I'd
to
be fine with
Burger
it.
King. Oh, remember me?
Yeah.
Oh, eat the tacos, shoot the game man.
Yo te game in Spanish fling.
Thank you, Spanish Frank. That's awesome.
I love it. so much.
Would you say that you are loving it?
No, I wouldn't. I would not say
Well, Marcus, I'm going to tell you, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
He's loving
I gotta
it.
say-
Bring it back. Ben, that used to be your catchphrase.
I'm loving it?
Yeah.
I go through catchphrases. Every 2 months, I change it up.
Yeah. Right now, is it still hot stuff?
Hot stuff is done.
Hot stuff's done.
Hot stuff is over with. I don't know what the new one's going to be.
You know one that I thought didn't get it? I loved Heller.
What's one?
Heller.
Heller is good, but
I don't know. It's a little
come and
too.
gone.
I don't know. German nurse killing a bunch of hospital patients.
How about
Paint my cock brown.
Paint My Cock
fun.
Brown is very good.
But that's like that's an ass fucking thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Back into it, make it brown.
Yep. It's a poo poo pickle, and we'll have to have Henry back on to sing the poo poo pickle song once
Oh
again.
yeah, don't we miss him so much?
Don't we miss him? Couldn't he be here instead of one of us?
No way.
Well, let's not get upset here.
Someone on the live chat suggested that your new catchphrase should be "Handle your candle."
Thank you.
That's not. Why are you?
That's a nice one.
indignant?
Handle your candle.
Yeah, because we're tiny peeny.
Candles are big.
No, not a pillar. No,
Not
pillar
tea lights.
candles are
Tea
big.
lamps are really
Tapered candles.
They have girth.
What about Yankee candles?
No, those are in jars. I'm talking about what are the long ones? that
Like
you
the
put
Mother
into-
Teresa candles you can get at some of the
Candelabra.
stores.
You're talking about the Catholic candles.
The ones you put into a knob. A knob for a candle.
Candlestick.
Holder. Candlestick.
Yeah.
Candlestick holder for $1,000, Jackie. I'll tell you what. I want to
Wow.
hate fuck Wendy from the commercials.
I
though.
agree with that. I love
I
that
would
redhead.
love to hate fuck that
down.
bitch.
Why hate fuck her? Just fuck.
Oh, I just want to open her up and make her sad.
I don't even know where to
Wendy
say handle your
Williams.
candle. I'll be like, handle your candle. When do you say handle your candle?
When you're talking to your boys.
Handle your candle?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean?
It means
I mean,
don't
thank you
get
for the
wax
suggestion.
on your balls.
Yeah, handle your candle. Don't get wax on your balls.
And don't light your dick on fire.
And don't light your cock on fire.
Yeah. Just keep your candle under control. Handle your candle.
Handle your candle. I love it. I love it. All right.
How about, hey, it's me, Jerry Seinfeld. Do that one.
And now I'm very rich. I would love it. So that concludes our first and last candle portion of the show. And hopefully for the roundtable, in roundtable history, that'll be the most we'll ever talk about candles.
I do love a Yankee candle, though.
Yankee candles are great. Candles are great.
Mothers love Yankee candles.
Yeah.
If you want to make your mother happy for Christmas, get her a Yankee
She
candle.
sent me a Yankee candle for Christmas.
Give a boyfriend a Yankee candle.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a candle.
It's awesome.
If
You
you
either get a long one, thin and long, or
Sure.
short and
That's what I'm
fat.
talking about.
Are you talking about
short and
pillow
fat and a big cup in a
versus-
cup? Yeah, in a mug kind of thing.
What's the other one called?
Candlestick
Tapir?
holder.
Tapir is that weird African animal with the long nose.
That's a tapir, yeah.
No, it's an elephant.
No, the tapir. Tapir.
What the hell is happening?
A large herbivorous mammal, similar in shape to a pig with a short prehensile snout. Tapirs inhabit jungle and forest regions of South America,
Thank
Central
you, Busch
America,
Gardens.
and Southeastern Asia.
Now, is Russia in the Czech Republic, or it once was the Czech Republic?
I don't think it was ever the Czech Republic. Russia's Russia.
Oh, okay. Czech Republic's different.
Yeah, they got different names.
And it's where
Yeah.
checkers came from.
But the Ottoman
Yes.
Empire isn't where the furniture was created.
No, no,
correct?
no.
But they wear pants.
They
I don't
did.
think they did.
and
think they
Prussia is gone, right?
Prussia's been gone for a real long time.
What about
Interesting.
bitch country?
No,
It still
that's
exists.
live and well, baby. It's right over here in this seat.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving
Jackie,
it.
bitch, country, Zebrowski.
Country.
Hey, it's me, Louis C.K.
Wow, it's nice to have you, Louie. Nice to have you here. All right, Marcus. So this story is over with. What was it? I don't even know what the hell we were talking about.
Let's play that game. What was
German
it?
nurse? How do we go from candles to candles from the goddamn nurse who killed 30 people?
Handle your candle.
Yeah, live chat keeps it real. What are they saying right now? Hose, right? Just a lot of hose.
They're saying Holden should be, look, I shaved.
Holden should be look I shaved.
That's the last thing he said. Yeah.
Catchphrase?
Look, I shaved,
He
Dad.
does, honestly, of all the things Holden does do, it is shave.
I shave. I get over all that crust and stuff. But
Yeah,
I mean,
the
you
bumps.
put a bucket under my chin when I'm done with that shave. I'll tell you much, because it's going
real
to collect
bleeding,
Or a
some blood.
feedback.
Or a feedback.
If you've ever seen The Simpsons, where Homer takes a bunch of marijuana and shaves, and rainbows come out of his face with all the cuts that he puts on his face with the razor, that's what Holden looks like. But it's not because
That was a long shot of a joke.
Yeah,
Holden.
well, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. It was a reference.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Handle your candle.
Just come in here and
Handle your candle. All right, I'm over talking.
Who's getting at who right now? Who wants to throw it down right now? The gauntlet.
What's the gauntlet?
I don't know, man. Maybe we got some beef.
I like
I got
everyone
beef.
here.
I got beef.
I got no beef.
I got no beef.
I got a beef
right
with you,
now.
Jackie.
You do have a
I
beef.
thought, we,
All right,
resolved
well,
that. I thought we resolved that beef.
Starting to heat up again.
One time, I was drinking a bunch of Four Locos, and I fell down a flight of stairs, and you hit me, Jackie, and then you went flying into a car and hit your head.
What are you fucking talking? You mean that
had
you
to have
fell
been 8
on
years
me
ago.
as you fell? He fell down the stairs, took me with him, and then used me as a sled down the rest of the stairs and smashed my
Ben,
head
that is
into
a
car.
deep cut memory, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
haven't seen that a long time when
Yeah.
you did that.
Wow.
I
That's
can't
5 years ago.
believe I didn't die.
That was one of those times we realized Ben's kind of dangerous, you know?
He's so big.
He's just so big.
Really could have died that night.
Yeah.
Man, your life would have been really different.
Dude, I would be in jail right now.
Yeah,
oh, it'd be
hardcore
terrible.
jail.
I'd be like, what are you in for? I'd be like, yeah, she was in my way.
Man,
Bitch
those
country.
few months when we were all drinking Four Loko, that was a dangerous
Bad time.
summer.
Thank the
Yeah.
streets, man, because
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
was drinking for
My
it. It wasn't
knuckles
just
were
us.
bloody for
I am, like,
days on end.
very-
I'm just punching things.
Oh, yeah, I'm like small government, dude. I don't think they do a lot of good work, and I don't like laws, but that when they banned that one, I was on board.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Four Loko was
Please, God,
dangerous.
Because it
Away
was
from
the
me.
streets were wild.
Yeah, they really were.
Four Locos single-handedly shut down Rutgers Fest at Rutgers. I remember, like, yeah, I swear to
Wow.
God, because I had a bunch of friends that went to Rutgers, and Rutgers Fest was this big party, this
Yeah.
big like music festival party, and it's in New Brunswick. I remember walking around the corner the year before they closed down Four Locos,
Yeah.
and there was just some kid that had like blood pouring down half of his face. It was a fucking free for all,
Dude, I
It was
mean,
insane.
if you had
Somebody
a
was
Four
hammered
Loko-
at noon.
Dude, I mean, that's the thing. You got so hopped up. If you weren't a juggalo before you drank a Four Loko, you were afterwards. Everybody acted like ICP fans.
Crazy.
Four
I just
Loko.
wanted to like scream like I'm gonna bash some heads.
You
every
had
time
to.
I drank it.
God damn, that drink was intense.
Man, now I feel like I want to bash some heads just thinking about that time.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, and if you want to hear all of us fucked up on Four Loko, you can go back to Roundtable Classic and listen to episode 22, where we all drink Four Loko.
I don't know if I can listen to
What
that.
episode is this, Marcus?
This is 233.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because that was the episode where Jackie said, I want to be ridden like a puppet.
I don't remember it. So.
I don't think I remember anything from the Four Loko podcast.
No,
I don't remember a lot from this show, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I just say it and then pretend like, we're just talking. We're just talking in this room. That's all, man.
Yep.
Fuck
yep.
it.
All right, Marcus. Let's move on to another story.
Right. A prank caller fooled 2 Circle K employees in Globe, Arizona into destroying the convenience store so severely that it temporarily shut down. The loyal to a fault workers believed they were abiding by the guidance of a security company, and they caused about $30,000 in damage before figuring out the trick. Sergeant A.J. Castaneda said they thought they were acting righteously in terms of following directions from security. The call came in around 8 p.m. Wednesday. The prankster posed as Circle K's corporate security, claiming that a silent fire alarm was going off and giving instructions to contain the crisis. The caller told the employees to discharge fire extinguishers in the store, throw the extinguishers through the windows, and destroy merchandise, computers, registers, and security televisions, all of which they did.
This shit is rampant, man. I mean, this is what was the name of that movie based on the true story about the fast food restaurant where they?
Oh,
I think you're thinking of the Robin Williams episode of Law & Order SVU.
No, No.
Compliance is the name of it, and it's a true story where they were
disturbing as fuck.
Yeah, they call up the fast food and they tell them that they're police, and then they just these people follow the orders like
they say.
I thought it was do the right thing. That's the one I was thinking.
Yeah, they call in. They tell the manager that the cashier there is under investigation. They have the manager takes the cashier into the back room, and then the prankster eventually convinces the cashier to rape the woman.
Whoa!
I mean the manager to rape the woman.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
It is like one of those. It's like, oh man,
it is.
Oof.
Watch the fuck out of it.
It's my
great.
clit confused.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Do you think it's a little bit hot, Jackie?
I mean, in like most terms, I would think it's hot, but like that term, it's not.
Not
rough.
great.
Yeah.
And all of this happened in the Circle K store in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how long it took this guy to convince these kids to cause $30,000 of damage, which caused the store to be closed for 12 hours.
No, that's not so
before
bad.
being reopened with boarded windows.
Yeah, it's that whole authority thing. It's like the electroshock test that they did, where they had people,
not Stanford Prison, the Mills.
Is that what it was?
Where
they were like instructing people to send electric shocks to a person,
and then the person would
even though there
scream.
wasn't actual electric shocks happening. The person was an actor.
Milgram.
They were able to convince the Milgram test.
Yeah.
They were able to convince people just if there is an authority figure speaking to you, and that's why fuck the police, man.
But the saddest thing about that entire study was like, oh yeah, we're learning how many, what it's going to take for people to hurt another person. But really, the saddest thing is people auditioned for that role to be the screaming person who was getting shot, and they thought it was going to advance their career. And it did not. It did not. Like, what were you? I was subject number 3 in the Milgram test. Do you want me to remind you of it? Ah! That was me. Yeah. Ah! That was So,
well, what most people don't talk about is that the vast majority of people didn't do it. It was a very small subset of
I would
the
do it,
people
dude.
who sat there and shocked the person until they died.
Oh, until they died.
Yeah, because that was the whole purpose of the experiment, is that they would keep they told the person that at the other end that the person had a heart condition, and so they would keep, anytime the person said, all right, buzz him again, buzz him again, buzz him again, the person would scream louder and louder until finally they would go silent. Pretty much saying the person either passed or dead, but they'd keep sitting there and shocking them over and over again until after, presumably, the person on the other end was deceased.
And then after that, they convinced him to get a blowjob from a falcon.
Yeah.
And that was when things really got steamy.
That was the hot part of it. That was the sexual experiment. Yes. Very good. All right. So this person just called up this store and told them to trash everything.
Yeah. He was confused.
I guess I was also just thinking about a hawk or a falcon giving a blowjob.
It's
and
impossible.
how much it would hurt.
It's more of a beak job. Yeah. They got little tongues in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of teeth.
Yeah.
Do they have teeth?
No, a lot of
But they got one big sharp one.
Yeah.
The beak.
That would really cut your dick. Right off.
Yeah, I keep thinking of Toucan Sam and the Trix Rabbit.
Yeah.
They're fucking gross with each other.
You don't ever hear. Has there ever been a bestiality story involving a flying animal? Involving a bird or an ostrich?
Well, I think their holes are too small.
Yeah.
Unless you... Because also, what hole do you rub them off? Like, how do you even get your fingers in them?
I mean, I hate to bring it up, but people fucked babies before, I mean...
Yeah, but but you can find the hole on a baby. You can't find the hole on a bird. Where are its ears?
I shouldn't have brought it up.
Where
That's a
is...
good
I mean,
point.
you can see, but like the butt... It's like, I guess you get a straw up there.
Okay. Well, I did find something.
China.
Medico-legal aspects of sexual crimes and unusual sexual practices by Dr. Anil Argwal. They note that bestial acts involving birds are mostly found in mythology and folklore, like when Zeus turned into a goose and raped a woman.
Oh, that, yeah.
Man, that sentence really flows nice. When Zeus turned into a goose and raped that woman.
Actually, it's a swan. I take that back. It's when Zeus turned into a swan and raped the woman.
It'd be funny if it was a goose.
Yeah. Corkscrew.
Ooh, Goosey, you're so fun. You're so crazy.
I'll tell you, that parrot doesn't get enough respect. They can talk.
They're smart.
It's pretty cool.
People fuck chickens.
Oh, as a matter of fact, Pink Flamingo.
Yeah, Pink flamingos.
John Waters is one of my all-time favorite directors. He's a personal idol of mine, and he was talking about people were really upset when that chicken got fucked to death during Pink Flamingos, and he said, you know what? Everyone who wants to make fun of, or everyone wants to demonize me for having that chicken get fucked to death, I made that chicken a star.
You know what?
He did. That chicken was the most famous chicken in the history of chickens.
In the 13th century, John Waters' act of eating that chicken would have been considered worse than not eating it. Check this out. In the 13th century, bestiality laws were different between having sex with a mammal and with an avian. Avian sex was seen as a much less serious offense because fowl were less costly to replace than farm animals, but eating the bird after making love to it was frowned upon and could land you with 2 or 3 years of fasting.
Well, because you got to treat it with respect. You know?
2 or 3 years of not eating?
2 or 3 years of not eating. Water. Maybe maybe some grain every once in a while, or gruel.
I love that for a punishment. This country needs that kind of punishment. Forget putting people in prison and have them eat government cheese. We need to start forcing people not to eat for 2 years, 3 years.
The Marquis de Sade said that he saw in a Parisian brothel a woman having sex with a turkey. He said,
did the turkey pay her? Maybe the turkey got a big payday that day. Won the lottery.
The girl holds the bird's neck locked between her thighs. You have her ass straight ahead of you for prospect, and she cuts the bird's throat the same moment you discharge.
Discharge sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it's Desaad, man. That's it's going to be some weird shit. You get into that Desaad.
How do chickens make all their money? By playing the scratch-offs.
And it's time for a segment from Holden McNeely.
Very good. That joke in. That's it, by playing the scratch-offs. How do chickens make all their money, Jackie? By playing the scratch-off.
They cluck.
No, they play scratch-off games because they scratch.
Uh-oh, who's there? It's Grandma Haney. It's Grandma Haney.
Great.
Well, see you later.
Goodbye. Okay, that was it.
Bye, Grandma Haney.
Bye, Grandma. Yeah.
Grandma
She just stopped by for a little visit. All right, the segment with Holden McNeely.
I'll tell you that scratch-off joke with the chickens. That is funny.
Yeah.
That is funny stuff.
Cluck, cluck.
Yep.
We do it. We have to do it.
Yeah, we got to do it.
All right.
I think of it.
You have to make up a movie for the Best Picture category at the Oscars. It's our own Roundtable Oscars, or the Roskers, if you're counting your money right now. My pick for Best Movie, I put a lot of time into this. I'm a real Weinstein over here.
Yeah.
A real Jew. And my movie that I made this year, it's about the first mentally deficient person that went to space, and he's gay, but he can't come out because it's the 1700s, and they're building a rocket. It's kind of some steampunk kind of stuff or whatever. Very period piece.
You're taking all of the recipe for an Oscar. You're just taking all.
Big
of it.
line is, "Oh May." May's the girl he's in love with the whole movie. "Oh May, someday I'ma make it to the moon, and I love you, May."
All right.
I can't be with you because you're drooling all over yourself right now. Oh,
sad.
I see the moon in your aisles. All right,
In your aisles.
in your eye holes, essentially. All right, now that's the movie. The big climax is he turns out he was a slave master, and the slaves revolt.
Okay, fine. Very good.
It was the 1700s, so yeah, that makes,
Yeah, and it's called that Ookie Gookie Kooky Moon. Subtitle.
Yeah, but it's fine in the context. It's just
That's fine in the context.
Yes,
But-
when you say it, it's negative towards a race of people.
There you go.
All right, Mike.
It's my turn?
Yep, it's your turn to come up with an Oscar movie to please mark us.
So I've been trying to. I think Pauly Shore is due for a comeback.
I agree with that.
He is.
So he is going to star in. He's going to be gay Edgar Allan Poe.
Ooh.
All right.
Isn't that just Edgar Allan Poe?
Maybe.
No. Edgar Allan Poe loved fucking his cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was married to his 14-year-old cousin.
So
we share a birthday.
Okay, very good.
So the movie is going to be just about Edgar Allan Poe doing everything that he normally does, except he's gay.
Ooh.
And he's hiding it, right?
Nah,
He's
Pauly
open.
Shore isn't like he's openly gay. It's just
No.
gay.
So
Gay
there's
Edgar Allan Poe.
what's he overcoming?
Nothing.
Perfect.
Well, then what's the Oscar hook?
Dude, it's just Pauly Shore playing gay Edgar Allan Poe.
I
think that's... You wouldn't give him the award?
I can see it, actually.
Right?
See, I don't know.
big.
Now that Jackie points out that it could be a visceral performance.
Yeah. It's like a... what was that one? Life of Pi? Same kind of thing. Only
Can we
gay
call
Edgar Allan Poe.
it? Can we call it a tour de force?
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
What
So
a
what is it?
performance.
What's the name? Just Gay Edgar Allan Poe?
Damn it. I'm trying to think of something cute with one of Poe's... I'm not as good at this as you guys.
No, it doesn't matter. No, I'm terrible. I,
I think
never
gay
win.
Edgar Allan Poe is pretty sellable.
I think that's it.
yeah.
Why not?
Let's
Gay
throw it
Edgar
out.
Allan
Yeah.
Poe.
What kind of
Yeah.
supporting actress are we throwing in there? What are we gonna
In that, she's got to be little.
like Amy Adams? Are we talking about
Maybe an
you
Emma
can take out the
Stone.
knees
Nah,
of any-
no.
I think
Little.
I think
They're all little.
Emma Watson, right?
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
She could play this,
yeah.
Someone's got to play the 14-year-old, right?
She's due.
14-year-old
Yeah.
play.
She's due.
Yeah, she deserves it.
So so he's still going to be marrying the cousin, but it's still going to be a girl. Shouldn't he be marrying a little boy?
Yeah, no, he's going to be marrying her, but she's going to be the beard.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And
Like
then the
Keira
reason why-
Knightley in
yeah.
The Imitation Game.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So the reason why she's going to get nominated is because she's just she's outwardly sexually not depraved, but
Deprived.
Deprived.
Yeah,
The
there
whole
it
movie.
is.
And that's another, as we said before, tour de force.
Tour de force.
Oh yeah. I mean, on the live chat, people are clamoring for this.
Oh, they love it?
Oh yeah, they love it.
Gay Edgar Allan
You're welcome,
Poe.
everybody. Gay
Perfect.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That's the thing. She's real upset, and then she just turns and it right to camera. She's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck me, Alan.
Yeah.
Fuck me, tits, Alan. You bitch.
And then Pauly Shore's like, nevermore. Or whatever he says.
Nevermore."
He slips it in there.
Yeah, he's got to. Pauly, be less Pauly. Pauly, can you be less Pauly? Less Pauly. Less Pauly?
It's in my contract.
Okay, you get 2 more Pollys, and then your contract is done. Thank you.
Benjamin Kissel, you were born sometime in the 80s. What was
1981.
What is your feature film gonna be about? Best Picture. Everybody's gonna be there. Matthew McConaughey's gonna be there. Tim Burton's gonna
Robert
be in
Redford.
the audience. Robert Redford's gonna be there. Paul Newman is dead.
Yeah.
Paul Newman's dead.
John
His-
Voight might be there, although his right-wing politics might take his seat away.
Yeah. Like American Sniper didn't get nominated for everything. Remember that when everyone was like, American Sniper, is it going to get snubbed by liberal Hollywood? It's like, no. It's the number 1 grossing movie of the year, and like everyone loves it. It's going to probably win an Oscar.
So what do you
But
think?
I
What's
would
the movie?
say the name of the movie. Well, I don't know what the name is,
Let's
but
start with the setting. Where are we at?
let's do a small candle factory. Let's do it. Let's go with wax.
right.
Obviously, the movie's gonna be called Handle Your Candle.
Handle Your Candle.
Human candles.
The entire thing takes place inside a small candle factory.
Inside of a small candle
One
factory.
shot?
One shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Big this year.
Big,
Yeah, the old Birdman thing,
exactly.
real big.
Birdman. Michael Keaton's going to be in it. He plays the wax. That's how good he is.
I'm melting.
Yeah. And he's just, it's just wax, and you can see the Keaton eyes, which is really cool. And it's just about a small startup that's just trying to get a new candle scent out there that nobody's heard of, and the name of the scent is called Rainbow Musk. Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
And so it's got a
Is the scent gay?
No, the scent's not gay, but people think it's gay, but then the scent comes out and it loves women.
Are there
or men? If
are
it's
there
the scent of women.
slaves in it?
Well, let's just say people are not making enough money.
Well, income inequality is very big right
Yeah,
now.
so
it's a hot button issue.
Yep, and everyone.
Simple film. It's
It's just basically about a candle factory, and they're just trying to get Rainbow Musk on the shelves of Target and Walmart, and then they end up going on Shark Tank, which is a great show on CNBC.
Oh, okay.
All the sharks say they don't want it. They
So
don't
it's
want
got a little Slumdog Millionaire feel,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah.
actually go on
You
to
mean they
like
say,
a show
"I'm out,"
everybody
because
knows.
that's what they actually say on the show.
Yep, all the Shark Tank people say, I'm out, and then, but none of them are gay.
Is he still talking
And
about candles?
Still talking about candles. Yeah.
yep. And
So what happens at the end of the movie?
Oh, at the end of the movie, there's just a bunch of credits.
Yeah. This is the dark horse, I think.
Yeah.
Nobody. They decide not to invest in the candle factory.
But you do have to remember that Michael Keaton is the wax. So
I'm melting.
So each time you buy a candle, you buy a little bit of Michael, and so that's kind of fun. All right, well, that's a bad idea. Anyway, but what chickens? How did the chickens?
Who's there?
It's Ronnie! See you later, guys!
Who are you?
He left already.
Who was he?
It was Ronnie.
Who the fuck is Ronnie?
I know. Our mini cast of friends would like to come in.
It's kind of fun.
If this couch starts talking, I'm going to be really
Wait a
pissed off.
second, Frank, are you there? I don't know if I can do this if Frank's not here.
Oh, for loco for the rest of your life.
All right. Well, let me redo the movie. My movie is called Spanish Frank, and it's all about how Spanish Frank found Four Loco and he found love.
Sounds like.
Oh, mi rapa.
But, it's difficult to really sell a Mexican protagonist
Yes.
to the Oscars.
Yeah.
It is.
Specifically.
When was has a Mexican ever won an Oscar?
And if not, let's make it happen.
Does he have an Oscar?
Javier Bardem.
Oh, that dude too.
Yeah.
Is he Mexican?
No, he's.
I don't think he's
I thought he was
Mexican.
like
He's
Brazilian.
Spanish.
Did Antonio Banderas ever win?
Antonio who?
He's not Mexican.
Oh,
Yeah, he
hacky.
is.
No, I
Yeah.
thought he was Spanish.
No, he's
Banderas is
Mexican.
Mexican.
No, okay, I'm getting there.
Mexicans who have won the Academy Award, Marcus.
Let's see here.
There better be at least one.
Oh, me gusta
So
grapes
Ryan.
without
Well-
the G.
A lot of grapes without the cheese.
Okay,
Without
well,
the G.
okay. Well, Anthony Quinn was born in Mexico,
He's Mexican.
and he won for Lust for Life in 1956.
1956? Is that the last one?
Lupita Nyong'o last year, 12 Years a
Yeah, but
Slave.
she's not Mexican.
She was born in Mexico.
I guess she's Mexican.
born.
Well, that's the definition.
One. We're looking for a win
By her
here.
name.
Okay. Eugene Caballero. Caballero means horse, or does it mean cowboy?
Who knows? What year?
2006.
Cowboy.
Okay.
He won for art direction for Pan's Labyrinth.
an
They don't
Oscar.
even put that
That's
on
an
TV.
Oscar.
Oh, last year, Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh, yeah, for
won for
Gravity.
Gravity.
Great, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
Oh,
one.
yo soy one the Mexican Oscars.
What is a Mexican Oscar?
Oh, I was best actor. Yo soy best actor in Me Gusta.
Can I just say
Cheese,
my
no,
movie?
yeah.
I came up with
I want a
some
new movie.
idea.
My movie is all about a piece of cheese that knows no plate. It's called
Marcus.
Cheese Knows No Plate.
Oh, hold on a second.
Don't I just I'm gonna lose my
Who the hell is that?
Say it later. Who is it? That was Bernice.
I'm always supposed to have my fair
All right,
shot.
Jackie.
I don't even remember what
Get
it's all
Jackie.
about.
Jackie, do it.
Jackie, I'll tell you, this cheese has no plate idea is very good.
All right, the
Cheese
movie
has
is
no plate.
called Mein Führer, Mein Freund with a puppy on top. So this movie is about, it's lights up. The beginning of the movie, it is Paul.
lights up.
Lights up your, well, lights down, lights down. Paul Giamatti.
in, fade
Paul
in.
Giamatti is a mentally handicapped person who was a painter during World War II. So they come in, Nazis come through, take up all the retarded.
Yeah.
Put them in a line. They're just gonna burn them. Don't
Yeah.
care, Jews, whatever they are.
That was
burn
like
'em.
1930 to 1933.
Solid. So he's in line. He's about to go into the chopping block.
And Paul Giamatti's retarded.
Yes,
but
Paul
a painter.
Giamatti is retarded, but he's a painter.
Is he Hitler?
No.
Okay,
But
good.
wait
Hitler's in
for
it,
So
right?
that's of course
gotta
Hitler's
be.
going to be
It's
in
called
it.
Mein
gotta be.
Führer, Mein
Right.
Freund.
Is it my friend with a puppy on top? So he sees a puppy off to the side and he runs. But while he's running, the reason why he doesn't get caught is because at the time one of the heads of the camp is having a heart attack and he's dying in front of all the rest of them as they're like shoving people into the incinerator. So they're looking at him and the guy runs off and he ends up sitting under a bucket for like a day and they don't see him. So eventually he comes
It's
up.
like a big bucket?
sorry.
It's a big bucket. It's
got
a big
upside
bucket.
down over
Yeah,
him.
it's for parts. You know, it's like they
okay.
put a bucket
yeah.
for parts, like a dumpster.
Yeah.
And then he sees something shiny the next day when he looks out because he hears all the screaming, so he's scared. He stays inside the bucket. It happens to be the badge of the Nazi uniform of the guy that just got thrown into the pile with all the other people because he died. He thinks it looks fun and shiny, so he puts on the outfit. And they think that the Germans think that, oh, he just had a stroke, we made a mistake.
Right.
He's back, he's not dead. So what Paul Giamatti does is he goes up through the ranks of the Nazi party, just killing Jews. They think he's sick, so they let him keep going.
Yeah.
And at one point he goes in there like, kill all the Jews in this segment, and he's like, sure. And he's like, no, but I'm gonna give them puppies instead. But they happen to be like wolves, and they go in and chew up all the Jews, so he gets a special honor for having wolves eat all these Jews.
But like he has to redeem himself.
Right, so he goes to meet the Fuhrer, and then the Fuhrer finds out he's a painter as well. And then they paint together, and then the Fuhrer introduces him to his soon-to-be wife. He gets married and lives a wonderful life, but it's all,
Yeah, but he killed a bunch of Jews, though.
But let a mentally handicapped person win.
Yeah. It's like a combination between life is beautiful and being there.
Yeah. What's like the big line? What's like the ultimate, the memorable, like, I'll be back, or like whatever,
I didn't know my puppies were scary.
That's good.
Oh, my God.
A tiny tear falling down from his eye.
As he's watching the wolves eat all the Jews.
Shit.
Oh, very sad.
Great. Well, I mean, in German, we could call the movie Mein Führer, mein Freund mit einem Welpen auf.
Ooh,
that sounds kind of fun.
Kind of like a ring. Oh, man.
You said he goes on to live a wonderful life. I kind of feel like you should just call it It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, but that has,
I know, but it's kind of cool with the connotations.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
But have it in German, maybe.
Well, I mean, the Oscar goes to Mein Führer, mein Freund mit einem Welpen auf.
There's no question.
I kind of want to make the movie.
You have to give an Oscar acceptance speech.
Yeah.
You can't take it from Sally Field. No one really loves you. What is
Your
it?
acceptance speech.
Well, I just want to thank Paul Giamatti for looking like
Get off the stage, you selfish bitch! I hate these award shows. What about white, wealthy, privileged pieces of shit receiving awards for doing nothing. I've worked in the construction business for 30 years and I haven't gotten jack shit.
Uh-oh, who is it?
Check out Mike's podcast, Social Villains. All right, and follow us all on Twitter.
Mimmies.
That was great.
And Holden talks for 30 minutes. Come on out. We're going to be doing it
No one's coming out
in June.
for it.
It's
It
gonna
will
be
be
in-
over
it's coming
the
out in
radio
June.
waves.
I can't wait for that to pass.
Can I say thank you? Are we off? Or?
No,
Yeah.
thank you for being here. You
Thank
were
you
on.
being here, man.
That's actually
Thank you,
better.
Mike.
We'll keep him on saying thank you. So
Yeah.
give the illusion.